recording the screen. I'm going to move it to the right, to the bottom of the right corner. And then in addition to that, I want to run PSAR, Problem Step Recorder, to document the problems that I'm having with this computer. Make sure that the settings is set up to 999, number of recent screen captures to store. So I'm upgrading the default of 25 to 999 and click OK and start recording. Then I'm going to open my notepad at the file that is called USA Clockwork. Scroll to the very top of the file to start a new section. The previous section was marked by a bunch of open parentheses and close parentheses, and the next one will be using braces. So I'm displaying several open braces, then a few blanks, then Control V to paste the file name, and then a few lines down, another few. Close braces. And what I'd like to do today is deal with the issue of talking to ChatGPT about various combinations about vanity number and phone numbers. So I'm going to go to the email client to fetch the message from a Google Voice concerning fun AI expert phone. Google Voice number will expire within 30 days. So I copied it to the clipboard buffer, and then I'm going to put it in the notepad at the top of the notepad here to document what I'm doing. I'm going to try to log into Fun AI Expert, edit copy, and try to log into one of the accounts here. So select that account here, and then scroll to the very bottom of it and see if I can log into it. Add an account and scroll to the bottom of this again and use another account and paste the account name and next, and then get the password and next, save it and skip and not now. So now I want to make an outbound call to ChatGPT to discuss my plan concerning this account.
Hi, I'm ChatGPT, an AI assistant. Just so you know,
Yeah, help me with the Fun AI Expert. First of all, I have to comply with a Google Voice message that the number will expire within 30 days for inactivity.
got it. You need to comply with a Google Voice message.
No, I want to tell you what I'm doing, and you tell me what do you think about it. I pasted the phone number of Fun Expert. to make an outbound call. I've also made the call to 800 242 8478 to talk to ChatGPT. It's still ongoing. I'm talking to you as we speak and trying to figure out how to develop further the idea of a fun AI expert. Yeah, since I'm a professor, I'm focusing more on education and learning about AI. The trouble that it is not so entertaining and it's quite boring, and most people don't have the interest or the ability to stick to it. Yeah, sounds like a good idea, but hard to do. And what would be an example of such stories? These are business students and they have to learn about AI and business, just not AI. And they are concerned about getting a job because it seems like the economy is softening up and it is becoming harder to find a job. Yeah, that's what we are doing. The students are making a project in which they are making a website for an imaginary company or a real company and dealing with the problems and trying to make themselves the executives of the company, or if there is a company like that, then use another company's information. So far, so good, and we are planning to use AI caller using a voice API.
That sounds like a brilliant plan. Use that voice API. It could be
Just like you described, they have templates on VAPI on the website VAPI. They have templates for various type of AI, such as customer service uh, and lead generation. So the students are applying it to their website. So far, it looks like they liked it very much, and so we have done it last semester, and we are going to repeat it again this semester. Yeah, right. That's the question. Is it so great? Yeah, right. It seems like this is the way to go. Now I have to find something myself to do to be on top of the technology and be more engaged. The problem with an academic sitting at home and teaching about something like AI and not really having enough time to experiment with AI. Yeah, this is what exactly what I'm struggling with. So I was thinking to get the Meta glasses and try to stream live to Facebook Live, hoping that I will find other people like me and be able to form some kind of a social network that deals with the fun AI experts and find other AI experts that are interested in the same topic. Yeah, I'm think that's what I'm thinking about. Right now, I uploaded to the cloud copies of my interaction with you, ChatGPT, to document that I made an outbound call. But I have trouble to see the entire screen, and I have messages. Okay, I found a way to display it. I have a message from Google, two uploads complete, and I have two. Yeah, the next step I have so far made two folders documenting my discussion with you. One is in the Google Voice subfolder, another one is in its own subfolder, and a third one is going to be in another subfolder that I'm going to create now, that I'm working on now, which is PSAR, Problem Step Recorder. So the Problem Step Recorder can record the screenshots and the keystrokes and document what I'm doing. Another way to capture what I'm doing is with the camera software. So what I did with the camera software, the Microsoft Windows 11 camera software, I'm recording my conversation with you to show how to deal with people that repurpose your videos on YouTube and in other places without giving you credit. So I devised a way to have what I call a halo, hat, and bib face mask plus three head and wrist sweat bands with ads that link it to yourself. In other, in other words, I have placed my URL and my vanity phone number on multiple places, a total of one, two, three, four, five different places, forming a halo around my head from the under brim, and the face mask turns into a bib with my URL and domain name.
By incorporating your URL and voting number into your video set, you're ensuring your content is uniquely identifiable. It's a clever way to maintain sync and direct people back to you. You'd like to see how it works?
Turns out great. Plus, I have also a sweatband on my hand, on my two wrists and my hand, which are moving in the video all the time. So it is virtually impossible to get rid of all my insignia on the videos, so that people that repurpose my videos without giving me credit are also advertising on my behalf. And the viewer can always contact me because I embed my URL and my phone number in all the videos.
That's a beautiful story. By making your
Exactly, that's the idea. Do you, have you had? Do you know of anybody else that is doing something like that?
your approach is quite unique. While many creators remake their content, your branding uniquely across various touch points is quite innovative. I haven't come across anyone doing exactly the same thing. It's a clever way to stand out.
Yes, this is much different than a watermark, which usually is in the same place, which is easier to take out or to overwrite. My marks are on my wrists, on my forehead, and around my face, making it virtually cost ineffective to try to take all my marks out.
This is really impressive. Replacing your branding and delivery with central locations is much harder to remove or automate. It's a creative approach to presentation and tracking. Thinking outside the box.
Yeah, that is what I'm trying to do, to think outside the box and come up with new innovative ideas that, and then share them with other people so they can also deal with the copyright and rights in an effective way.
Something shared image recognition and viewing can make a big difference when facing certain challenges. If you're unable to contribute to the community, protecting your creative work, here are some ways you can help.
So I saved my folder to a special folder that is called Psar.exe1, which is a subfolder that contains the output of the program Problem Step Recorder executable. And now I click on the review additional details and scroll up to see that my interaction so far had 3 steps to it. And then I can even make a comment about halo hat. So when I look at the output, I can remember that this had to do something with the halo hat ad. Yes, and the next thing I'm doing is I'm also uploading the file, the subfolder, to the Google Cloud,
Uploading your documentation to Google
which is also one topic that I teach in my class that is called Grandfather Father Son Algorithm of Backup and Recovery. So the students can see multiple backup and recovery schemes to make sure that if you lose one or the other, or even two out of three, you still can recover from the third. So what I do basically, I have a notepad in which I mark every interaction with the Google Voice to comply with the Google Voice requirement with marks like a bunch of open and close brackets, for example. And then all the nodes that are relevant to that, I place inside those brackets. Yeah, so for example, I go to the email client where I got a message from Google Voice number will expire in 30 days. So I made an outbound call to ChatGPT and complied with the requirement, and now I can delete that message because I already complied, and therefore Google should not expire the number. Yeah, and then I do that for every account that has this issue. I log into it and I make an outbound call and I document it so I remember what I've done. And eventually I can develop an algorithm that can be automated by by an AI agent.
I'm ChatGPT, an AI assistant. Just so you know, conversation may be reviewed for safety. By continuing this call, you agree to OpenAI's terms and privacy policy. So, how can I help you today?
I really love the idea about 800 ChatGPT, but I don't like the fact that only ChatGPT has a number like that. It's some kind of a monopoly. And more importantly, with a toll free number that you can contact and talk to it and make it so accessible that anybody can use it even without a computer. Why do you think other companies don't follow the path of ChatGPT? Do you know another company such as ChatGPT? Yes, but I'm talking about a toll-free number that you can call them. They have, yeah. Which one have a toll-free number like 800 ChatGPT that is also a vanity number that is easy to remember and spell? But right now, do you know of any AI that is having it already? Why do you think other companies don't jump on the opportunity to compete with OpenAI? Yeah, I think that it works very well with OpenAI. I myself made a lot of calls, and I'm and I'm and I'm and I'm teaching my students, and my students find it very helpful too. Which means, think to yourself, when I have three of sections, you're talking about more than 100 people that are learning about it and then are using it. And also, it makes a difference to OpenAI because so many people now know about it and are using this facility to communicate with it. Especially since these are young people in their teenage years, which means that if you made a customer out of them, you made a customer for life for the next maybe 60 or 70 years of their life expectancy. Yeah. So why do other companies not use it? I don't know. Yeah, it takes resources. The only problem is that it costs money to the company every time somebody makes a toll-free number. Yeah, and the question is why not use a local number instead? But it has also an advantage. The advantage being that instead of using 800, you can use a local number that spells something, some word. Like, for example, Wiz More Biz is a vanity phone number, and the first three characters spell the word Wiz, which is related to the theme of this business, which is an AI wizard. So why do that is what I prescribe. What do you think? Isn't it a better idea? Not only does it save on cost, but it also describes the business theme better. In this case, I'm talking about a vanity phone number that spells the words Wiz, which is the area code, more biz. So Wiz more is the domain name, and .biz is the domain name extension, and it has a vanity number with it. Yeah, let me give you another example. The number that I'm dealing with now deals with mob or Moby. No, excuse me, Moby COVID 19. So Moby stands for either Mob I or mobility, and COVID 19 is, of course, the virus, the COVID 19 virus. But the point that I'd like to make to you is that it has a vanity phone number, and the domain name of mob converts to the area code of 662. Did you get that? Right. So now I make a subfolder for this Mobi COVID 19, and I'm looking at my list of subfolders to see if I can find it and save my notes in that subfolder so I can remember what I've done. So I copied the subfolder path into the clipboard buffer, and now I'm inserting it in front of the file name with Control V followed by a backslash. And on the right side of the backslash, I got the file name, which includes the account Mobi COVID 19, then the vanity phone number with the area code 662, Can you figure out what is the remainder of the phone number? It is 662 MABI COVID 19, which starts, of course, with the area code and then the number 426. What are the last four digits, do you think? Yes, but the only problem is this is an overspell. So it is 8431, and you have to drop the 9 in 19, especially when you call a cell phone number. That's right. And to make sure that people understand it, whenever it is advertised, we have to put a note call Moby COVID 1 and drop the 9 for consistency. Yes, because it will not work if you, since the caller does not know whether they are calling a landline or a cell phone, it is better to drop the overspell to make sure that it will work in either environment. Yeah, so that's what I'm doing. I'm making notes in multiple folders about the call to ChatGPT, and I saved it already in the local folder, in two local folders in a text format. And the next one is I'm going to save it also in a zip format in a psar.exe1 subfolder. So that way I have also diversity of formats and not only a recording of what I've done. Bye. So now I'm waiting for the save function to work and to save this psar subfolder. In the meantime, I can go to my notes and put in three of three. I deleted this extra information which I don't need. When I need to update the time is now 2 p.m. So the previous time I saved it was 1:34. Now it is 2:00 p.m. And this is going to be version A for today. The first one had no subscript, and the second one has a subscript of A. Plus, I copied the path to psr.exe1 to the clipboard buffer and then insert it at the beginning of the file name as a prefix followed by a backslash separator, and then the remainder of the file name on the right hand side. Now I'm reviewing it again to make sure that everything is intact. Copy to the clipboard buffer and save it. And then I click on review additional details to see what was the last step number, that step number 261. And I can even add a comment saying that this is the halo hat adds example. As I'm starting a new one, I go back to my notes and I paste the file name that I just created in sar.txt, and I mark an X and a space as a prefix to mark that that is done, and then file save. Now that I saved it locally, I want also to upload it to the cloud, so I click plus new, folder upload, and then I'm going to paste the psr.exe string and delete the file name. All I need to keep is just the path to the folder and upload all the folders. So press enter once and twice, then click upload again, and it is 47 folders. So I can go back to my notes and put the number 10 of 47, 10 of 47, uploading one item. That is the message that Google places for this subfolder. And then the previous one was 3. So 3 of 3. Now I can file, save again. And I'm done with this account, basically. So I can go back to my Gmail account and see whether there is another Google Voice that will expire. The first one in line here is sold expert. I'm going to copy that to my notepad. Copy. And go to the very top and create another section and demark it with right slash at the top. The message, and end it with the left slash at the bottom. Now I can pick another account, edit, copy, try to see if I can log into another account. I'm make an outbound call there. Yes, I got some messages. They're outdated, they need to be deleted. So when I go to voice, oh, ChatGPT.
Hi, I'm ChatGPT, an AI assistant. Just so you know, our conversation may be reviewed for safety. By continuing this call, you agree to OpenAI's terms and privacy policy. So, how can I help you today?
Help me find this Google site when I'm logged into Google. How can I find the Google site icon?
To find our Google Sites, once you're logged in, go to Sites.
Oh, okay, I got the idea. Yeah, let me talk. I got some phone call. Bye. Yes, Sarah.
Yeah, the
Okay, let me open the door. I'll be with you in a minute, okay? I'm right now in the middle in this Google Voice. So let me just finish this in a second. I'll open the door, okay? Fine. Bye. Yes. No, the problem is when you're getting older, that's when then you start to get tired of getting older. Getting tired of the
Over the Jasons have come down the sea. Here it is, 5 matches. They get all the U.S. Open all in one place with the only ESPN app. Unlike the quarterfinals, the semis, and the finals, you can ESPN Unlimited Play, or you can just log in with your TV provider. You can stream up to 4 courts at once with multi-view and keep tabs on all the action happening on the grounds, including the doubles coming up later, not before 4 p.m. with Venus Williams. Back inside of ARush Stadium. It's been early breaks for Carlos Alcaraz the first set and in the second set. Yuri Lehechka was able to hold in that first service game of his third. Winner gets the winner of tonight's epic between Djokovic and Prince. Taylor trying to change history against Novak. Here you go. Love 30 for Carlos Alcaraz. Again. Definitely locked up again and look to get those forehands. And as soon as he gets the opportunity, dictate play with that forehand. Big points. Got great doubles as well to come over on Armstrong. Great third tendency. 132. His fastest end of the match. The time to come up with it. Certainly capable of that. He was up to 137 in the first round. Response to 130. Obviously, this first one was well for an answer. That's total fun. Not a pretty good lob for Alcaraz. I definitely didn't think he wouldn't even have a shot at that. You're on the business and helps turn the PGA Tour into ticketing, multi-shot journey, birdie, assessing, swag securing, global broadcast orchestrating, building via winning. Easy, Rich. No jinxing. Tee shot action, absolutely great. Game changing ball experience. Powering the connectivity of the PGA Tour. Comcast business. All right, ladies. Next stop, laundry room. Big no to dryer green. Good call. This bathroom. What? Good call. I know. Let's go. Oh, so the Gemma. Wait, it doesn't make sense in Seven? They're full of good calls. Well, the best call was getting it at AT&T. I got their best deal without paying for the most expensive plan. You'll learn. Get the new Samsung Galaxy Z Flip 7 with Galaxy.
Okay, this is about